Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Star Chasers, Far, Far Away. So, last time, the group, which consists of Storm of Stars, a legendary bard, adventure seeker, lore master, singer of one song about Vecna from Toro, Tabaxi, Marley, a Shadar-kai Druid from the Shadowfell on a quest to discover herself, and a ruby artifact of the Edgelord for the Raven Queen. And Lily Rose Strongheart, aka the Hester of Mirador, who is in space looking for her mother and is currently touching an artifact from the Fey realm. Far realm.
Oh no, we can change it to the Fey realm.
Well, I don't know if Hester would have a much better opinion.
No, I don't know which is worse. I do actually. So, I was trying to cast Identify on it. How was that going?
Oh, good. You will know what this does at the end of this.
Fantastic.
Okay. So last time, the group left the manor of one Villyana, a Shadar-kai Druid. She gave them some information, gave Marley life advice, and 4 potions.
And groceries.
They headed off into the woods, and thinking on the time that's passed, they thought it was weird that certain people had been allowed on the planet based on the rules of the planet. So Marley cast some made-up spell that let her detect.
It's vanilla D&D.
Yeah, I know. It's in the basic rules even.
Yeah.
I've never.
It's not even
great.
from my book.
Yeah. So Marley reached into the Shadowfell and extended her stances and communed with nature and discovered where the Tabaxi were, in addition to some fairy lords and elementals and an artifact from the Far Realm and a tower nearby. Storm of Stars met 2 Tabaxi who were running with this alleged cult, and they seemed perfectly nice. And they kind of exchanged some things. They gave Storm a gift and said they would be back in 2 days' time with their leader. He would love to meet Storm of Stars. They head back to the tower and talking to Windvania, the cloud giant wizard there, and trying to talk her up to talking to the boy she likes, Sardior, the ruby dragon, god of secrets, neutral dragons, and psionics.
And maker of the chains of Tharizdun?
And maker of the chains of Tharizdun.
But doesn't like to take credit?
That's quite a resume, really.
It's not bad.
And, craftsmanship, longevity, reliability.
Looks good without a shirt, as we've seen the poster.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
Unconvincingly washing a car.
And they eventually got Windvania to show them the artifact from the Far Realm. It's a palantir that has countless bright green eyes in it, and Hester attempted to identify it, and she rolled a charisma saving throw, DC 15.
Oh, it was charisma. Okay. I remembered it as wisdom, which I would have done much better at, I'm sure.
Yes, which is maybe why it was a charisma saving throw.
I understand.
Okay, the rest of the group, Villyana, Storm, Marley, you see Hester's eyes turn pupilless and bright green.
Oh, no.
Hester.
Yes, Andrew?
You blink, and you are suddenly in a warped version of your childhood home. You can see a Strongheart family dinner. All of your sisters, their children, and your father are sitting at the table. None of them are facing you, but interspersed throughout them are Marley and Storm, Villyana, Hrafen, Orpho, Kore, Warminster, Alvar, Knifey, and Minerva. Storm and your sister Poppy seem to be chatting. Marley and Daisy, Buttercup and Villyana, and Chrissy seems to be giving Alvar some sort of a dressing down. And Knifey is showing your father his knife, and just...
Man will talk to anyone. And they're all grown. This would be like as I left kind
Yes.
of age. All right.
Approximately, yeah. And your mother is not here. They turn to look at you, and all of their faces have been replaced with bright green eyes, just filling the whole thing like some kind of Steve Ditko drawing.
Okay. Yes, yes.
The eyes split horizontally and open like mouths. And they say, welcome outside, Hester. Hester, welcome, Hester, outside. Your sense of self is strong. Strong self. From here, you can see anything. See anything. Look outside. Just look outside.
I look to the kitchen window of a mound, probably.
Okay, yeah. And what do you want to see? You
I
can
think
see
there's only
anything.
one answer. I want to see my God's damned mother alive, hopefully.
Okay.
There's only one answer. I think in the time that like there's a trigger in her brain, this is kind of like, no, don't think of anything, you twit. Like, she is already well past. That twit is already at the window with her face pushed up against it.
The voices say, yes, 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 yes. You see a picture of your mother, though she does not look exactly as you remember her. Her face is thinner, and you would say she's taller than you remember. Her ears are more pointed. Can I get an insight check?
Right. Uh-huh. Not the best judge of character. A 3.
Okay. It's definitely your mother. It just doesn't seem right. She's on a Spelljammer ship. She's talking to this weird bug man who's got like big grasshoppery forearms. Very delicate though. She seems concerned about something.
Okay.
And you can start to hear her speak. And her voice sounds different than it did before, but she says, we need to keep going. We need to find where the lost ones are from. I will not let any other sphere fall. And
where the lost ones are what?
Where the lost ones are... God, what did I say? Damn, I can't even remember what I just said. Where the lost ones are going. We cannot let any other sphere fall. And then the Bugman says, this is uncharted space. I have little bug arms.
No, where are you going?
She looks up as if she just heard someone speak to her. But she kind of squints like, that doesn't make any sense.
Mother, where are you going? Don't leave fairy space. This is Lily. Please tell me you can hear me.
She kind of nods, squints a little, and says, I can't stay long. Hester.
No, that's your name. I use a 3rd level spell to cast sending. Like, I'll actually touch the window because I think that's the only way like I can get closer to her plane, but she's clearly hearing some echo of me.
Okay.
And I cast sending, and I just tell her I love her, and I'll be there soon.
She responds, "I love you too, and I'm sorry."
Well, I'm not spending another 3rd level spell finding out why. All right, I'll turn back to my eyeball family.
Mm-hmm. They have coalesced into one person. At the end of the table, they have one giant green eye, and then other than that, they almost look like they're in like one of those spandex green suits. Like, but that's just their body.
Okay.
Like kind of
the 26th century thing going on
yeah,
right now.
It's a little weird and just kind of cocks its head at you.
Thank you. I would like to leave now.
It smiles in a way you didn't know an eyeball could smile, but it was that lift at the corner of its face.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Of course, come back anytime you wish. We can show you so much, Hester.
I could see more.
You can see whatever you want."
Show me the ruby of the raven thing.
Is that what Hester says, or does she remember the thing?
I would love to think she remembers it, but I am currently in my notes about it, so...
Because he will show you the ruby of the thing. It's not going to be what you're looking for.
Yeah. It's the ruby raven skull. What is the
You're so close.
I am. I know I am.
Yeah. I would say Hester remembers. She's very smart. The blood crystal raven skull.
The blood crystal raven skull, I said. Everyone heard me the first time.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I'll go to another window because I think that matters.
Okay. You walk across your little hobbit kitchen to another window, and looking across what is normally a delightful little garden, you see into a flame-lit cave where an incredibly old-looking red dragon, slumbers, laying on a big pile of treasure. It's got, those big... like droopy, like tentacle things that hang from dragons. They're like really long off of its face. Its horns are like changing color, like they're yellow at the tip, but they're white down at the top. And it's just loud, like fireball. Damn sciatica.
So a bit Bakshi's smog plus 1,000 years.
Yeah. And it kind of rolls over, and yet you can see this perfect little raven skull that appears to be made of a blood red crystal.
Because of course it's a circular window. Can I open the window?
Sure.
Do I feel like I have any more access to this image?
You can feel the heat from the cave.
I cast greater invisibility on myself and I crawl through the window.
An invisible hobbit is crawling through a dragon's hoard. I love Dungeons and Dragons.
It is not lost on me.
Okay, yeah, so you scuttlebutt out the window.
And I was dressed to go out, by the way. I'd like that to still be...
You're still wearing your second best robe.
My second best robe. Okay.
And yeah, you can see floating in midair a small garden window, propped open, in a cave wall.
All right. I'm not so foolish to try and take it, because I don't think that's how this is going to work. I would just like additional context clues, and I don't want to ask the dragon, hey, bro, where you at? So I just want to explore the space. Do I see an exit? Do I see any topography or...
Yeah, you see there is a cave mouth.
Okay. And it's all just Horde Sylvania in here, right?
Yes.
It's all... Yeah, it's okay.
It is a massive horde.
Okay. It's a fucking dragon. Like in a picture book. Okay, nope. Lily, pay attention. I would like to try to sneak to the door.
Okay.
Now, am I just on straight up like loose gold,
Yes.
or is there? Okay. Now,
the horde is ever present. It covers the entire floor, like, you know, Scrooge McDuck level, big rolling waves of gold coins. You can see, you know, the statue, like a woman's arm statue holding a sword out of it, and you know, there's a big sailing ship towards the back.
Okay.
The unsinkable.
Yeah. No. What a terrible time for a crossover. All right, let me just make sure I have my time right. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me! It's a minute. Okay. Oh shit! I thought I had so much longer. All right.
Do you have regular invisibility or only greater?
Is that the hour one?
I think regular invisibility is 10 minutes. Let's see.
Hold on. I don't have it prepared, at least.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Then I am going to shoot. I had a whole plan. I am going to hustle. Now, I would like to point out that while I do not love to advertise this, I did grow up in a farm, and I do come from a barefooted people. I, Marty, grew up on a gravel driveway when we didn't like shoes. There is a way to walk across scattered things where you can tolerate it and that you don't make a ton of noise. I would like to try and resummon that instinct. I'm not saying to get away with it for free. I'm just trying to make a case that it's not impossible. Sure. Especially because I have a lot more like snowshoe level like surface area to try and get away with this. But knowing that the fuse is lit, I am going to try to hustle to the cave mouth.
Okay, so give me a stealth check with advantage.
It's a fucking ancient dragon. That's a 13. That'll be a 15. Yeah, I might still need that. I'll take a 15.
Okay, 15? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You start walking across, and yeah, your feet don't hurt. You feel like you're not displacing any of the gold.
Okay.
You get maybe 90 feet before the dragon, you can hear it stop snoring.
Mm-hmm.
And it says... Huh?
Okay. Am I almost at the door? Where...
You are close to the door.
All right, I'm going to... It appears to have some kind of early onset dementia or hearing loss. I'm going to just kind of go for the door still.
Okay, so you make it to the door and
Jesus, I have clairvoyance. I could have said fucking still. No, I would have broken my concentration and invisibility, but I wouldn't have needed it. Fuck. Mm-hmm. I'm a terrible diviner.
You've been hanging out with Willow too much.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you get to the outside, and you see a beautiful vista that this cave mouth sits upon. You look like you're in a mountain. Looking up into the sky, you can see a dark green sun. And there is a just absolutely picturesque little, lit landscape before you. It looks like, Bob Ross's, all of his best paintings put together, bathed in green light. There's a babbling brook, a beautiful little field, a glade, a bunch of evergreen trees, another mountain, a stream. Like, it's shockingly beautiful.
In this sphere, like, every planet doesn't get its own sun, right?
Every planet gets its own sun, yes.
Oh, GC Pete's. Okay. All right. I turn around and look at the long walk back to my window.
You can see the dragon has put up its head, and it seems to be fumbling in its hoard. And it pulls out 2 telescopes and sticks them... It's welded a little piece of metal between them and sticks them on his eyes. He starts looking around. Someone there? No solicitors.
I don't know which one the green sun is, right? Like, that information was not on the pamphlet.
No, but you could certainly find out. Windvania would almost certainly know.
Well, sure. She's back in the real world.
Yep.
I want to leave.
Okay.
Like, I want to just try and wish myself back to my body, or however this works.
Okay, make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to use my Winds of Fate, or whatever it's called.
Okay.
To roll a 17, which will be a 19.
Okay.
Is that enough?
You feel yourself climb back through that window and are once again staring at the weird green man.
So I didn't make it?
No, you made it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah, you're in.
All right.
But you are back in your house, not...
I am still in the stone,
the dream, yeah. The eyeball man looks at you and says, "Find what you need."
I did. Thank you.
He taps his giant eyeball head and he says, "Your sense of self is very strong."
Thank you. I like to think that I'm well put together. If I disagree with some of that sentiment, is there a door back to Windvania's? I trust she interacts with you quite often.
We were fast friends, yes.
Yes, she's quite charismatic, I found. So I would like to go back to her place. And I notice I'm still here.
Yeah. He'll just kind of nod, and you can hear the door behind you creak open.
I'll turn around to what was my and 2 other girls' bedrooms for much of my life. Is that?
Yeah, and you open the door. Storm, Marley, Villyana. Hester has, by all accounts, gone catatonic.
I wouldn't touch that. Oh, no.
What was that?
I wouldn't touch that. Oh, no. She touched it.
I'm concentrating on protection from evil and good.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sort of give me insight into attempts to subvert Hester's will?
So you think...
Like detect sort of pulses or something?
So you feel something definitely tense against your spell, but you feel your spell hold, and you think it is successfully warding and helping Hester.
Okay. And the Hester seems okay.
Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna.
You feel no alien presence penetrating your barrier.
Okay. Yeah, something's trying to take her, but I'm able to fend it off, to help her fend it off. But she's strong, so I think it's okay. Marley?
Yeah. Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Is Winvania is here with us too, right?
Yeah, she is talking about the ruby dragon, and he's so handsome and smart, and I don't know what he would see in a girl like me.
I'm stuck between. Villyana did get the signal that they were supposed to keep her chatting, and she's like, "No, you're a biscuit. I've been told."
Stop.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Oh no, is there a degree of trying to hide this from Winvania? Is that right?
Well, yeah. Hester Lily was trying to buy herself like 10 minutes to ritually cast Identify, but in getting that proximity and having to touch it, she bamped herself to the far realm.
Right.
But she did kind of like keep her chatting for 10 minutes, which is where her going on about her ruby dragon. He is very handsome. Has Villyana ever seen anything like this Palantir object? Like coming from the Underdark, closer to the Hells or the Abyss?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Yes, that's what I'm.
Our Underdark is full of far realm creatures.
Is it okay if I ask Starshine to?
Mm-hmm.
She's certainly been to other planes. That's a 13 on the die, so that's 16.
Okay, yeah. Not something exactly like this, but certainly, yeah. Seeing stones. And you recognize some of the symbols on it as being associated with Mind Flayer ruins you had to clean out as a young girl, sweep out after your grandmother murdered all of the Mind Flayers inside.
Yes, grandmother. Okay.
Girl, I'll let you drink from the elder brain.
I can't wait. Okay.
What the hell?
Okay. So yes, the language is familiar and the concept is familiar, right? It's long dark between cities where I come from, so you probably had far communication magics. All right. I'm not worried for the halfling yet.
I'm paying attention. I'm watching her, so
yeah. So this is him on your poster. I'm going to go default to that again.
Yeah, she kind of walks over and yeah, it'll never work though. A giant and a dragon. Whoever heard of such a thing? Looking at all of you, like, please tell me you've heard of such a thing.
Have I heard of such a thing? No. Storm, certainly.
I will definitely support that idea. I think that absolutely. Love is about really the feeling between beings. It has nothing to do with where you come from or anything like that. In my experience, and of course, we have the example of dragonborn creatures in our world, which must have come from the product of some sort of draconic and humanoid interrelations. So perhaps you could have giant dragonborn children.
Wow, we're already talking about children? This is moving so fast.
Does feel more.
Well, you have to think about these things. Dragons are certainly long-lived, and I'm sure that they, take some consideration into things like that. And who knows, they might have other children.
I would like to say that all is possible through the power of friendship. My best friend is a flesh golem. What an odd pair we make.
So wait,
Am I right?
you're saying he's gonna friend zone me? I knew it.
Oh no, just what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. But no, friendship. I was just called an elf earlier today, and I never thought I'd hear this. Me and a Shadar-kai going on a Druid adventures. You know what I mean? Life's a funny place, and you are in hero retirement or something. I didn't pay a lot of attention in the onboarding.
I am in hero retirement.
Yes. So, what else are you doing? I mean, and even truly, if you are friends, that is love,
I suppose that's true.
right? I mean, yeah. So, so good.
Just kind of thinks for a moment. Looks down at all of you. Looks at Marley. You haven't... What do you think? You haven't said much.
Yeah. I mean, dragons can probably like date whoever they want, right?
I get, yeah. The problem is, I'm afraid he won't want to date me.
Who wouldn't want to date you?
See, that's all I wanted.
Sitting over here, silently freaking out, using Druidcraft to like turn on and off a candle.
Nervously,
relax.
just flick.
Another flower. Another flower.
Keep tying them, little vines into knots and untying them. It's a druid fidget cube.
It's a daisy chain a mile and a half long.
I kind of like that.
And at this time, you all start to see Hester return to normal.
I'm gonna keep the spell up on her
Mm-hmm.
as long as I can.
Go ahead, Timothy. Sorry.
Oh, that's it.
Hester.
Yes.
Let's see. This item, things it does. It is a very powerful seeing stone.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to cast, essentially contact other plane at will.
Boy, what this family needed.
And allows you to see other places. It is a cursed magic item. You have to make a DC 15 charisma saving throw every time you use it. Otherwise,
You just squeaked by that one time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, your spells become infected, and every time you cast them, you have to roll on the surge table.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't let Marty
the wild
hear
surge?
that thing.
Yeah, so it infects certain spells after. So it would have infected Identify. So every time you cast Identify, you would have had a surge. So every time she casts Contact Other Plane, she has to surge.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. Huh.
Oh.
I send you a message,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say, are you gonna take that?
I think it's no, I think it's quite dangerous and quite quite scary.
Yes. You seem to. I don't know. I'm getting a. You look like something good happened, though. Is that right? Did you enjoy it? Is that appropriate question?
We'll talk about it more on the boat, I think.
That's fine. Got it. Fine. That's cool. What do you want to do now?
Windvania, dear.
And Sardio, yes?
Yes, no, absolutely. We're off to see him next, I think.
First.
Who has the green sun?
Oh, she thinks for a second.
Mm-hmm.
She might have to ask you a follow-up question. Hold on, let me check something. She does not. She says, "Oh, a chaos strum."
Really? I was not getting a real Chaosdrum
Hastrum,
vibe.
that was the chaotic evil one,
It's
right?
the chaotic
sure
evil
was.
thing,
I
yeah.
knew it.
Yeah, I heard it's real pretty weird.
It's adorable. It's absolutely idyllic.
See, that's what I was worried about. Message. I'm getting this, like, I don't know, nostalgic vibe from you about it.
Yes. No, really? Well, we'll simply have to go. And I'll kind of look at my companions, just like, we'll simply have to go.
Why? Why does she want to go?
Got it. GTFO.
Yeah, I'll,
Oh yeah, I'm not feeling good all of a sudden. I don't want to throw up on your dragon boyfriend.
I'll message Marley that we found your stone.
Oh, I'm feeling really, really sick. We better. Oof, it's gonna just be.
She gets you a giant-sized bucket. Kind of.
Oh no, I should really go and lay down on the ship, and I'm gonna need everyone except for you to do that also.
Well, yes, you wouldn't fit here, is all she means. Listen,
I can crush up some witch hazel.
some witch hazel would be great.
I think it's, you just gotta ride it out kind of a thing, but
Do you have like a road bag of witch hazel?
She'll write you a prescription. Her handwriting is totally illegible.
Get a witch hazel growler.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Winvania, darling, I so wanted to go with you on this, but let's be honest, I think I'd be in the way. I think you just need to go. No wing person necessary. You already know this Sartoria. I'm close.
She says, "Do you really think I'm ready?"
Darling, okay. I don't know a lot about affairs of the heart. What I know is in your second best robe. You have the exit strategy of, oh, this old thing, I was just out and checking in on you. Here's some witch hazel. That's if he's just kind of like not vibing you. But listen, you are both two adult retired hero types or something. He chained Tharizdun. Be super into chains for a minute. You know what I mean? You've got this. I would just be in the way. I'd have to excuse myself in anyway. So just go. Don't take the first no for an answer. Do take the second no for an answer. Eventually it starts to look bad. So just, you know what I mean? Like, just go. Dear, believe in yourself. You're great. Be much more careful with this thing.
She
Absolutely.
She walks over and she picks it up, and she's a giant, so it's like that big in her hand. And she says, "Well, maybe I'll just check in on him first."
I don't recommend it. I have it on good authority that people don't like you spying on them or their thoughts. Comes off as creepy, I've been told.
But you'll never know.
Listen. I'm on your side. Kind of message real quick. Yeah, no, I know. Like, if they don't know, but
they always know.
I think this is best done in person, dear. You want to make an appearance. Do you have anything you can bring? A thinking of you lasagna? Something?
Thinking of you lasagna.
I do always keep a lasagna in the fridge.
Giant casseroles.
Yeah,
just
she'll
waiting.
walk out, get a lasagna, cast burning hands on it.
Dear, you couldn't be more ready. Look at you. Everyone look at her, right? I mean, am I right? Winvania never looked better.
Ecstatic. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Yeah. Storm, perhaps an inspiration of
Thank
sorts.
you. I will. You inspire
Absolutely.
me, and so I will inspire you. You are beyond compare. It's all I can do to suppress the rules of my own instincts against the rules of decorum, to restrain myself from pitching woo for you myself. But it would never work. I'm legendary and a traveler, and you're obviously pledged to another. So thank you. Performance. Oh, hang on. Oh shit. Ooh. That was a 3, but
Must have
I
some
have plus
expertise
9,
in
so
it.
12.
She nods and she says, "I can do it."
I mean, you're telling her what she wants to hear. The DC was probably.
That's true, yeah.
You know.
Maybe that. Plus, she's not really interested in me, and that's probably the stuff that didn't really play anyway.
Yeah,
she was a little
yeah.
confused. I thought we were working on my love life. He just kind of looks at all of you like, get him a girlfriend.
Yeah. Wish him luck.
She does say, "Oh, that pamphlet." She kind of roots around in her trash can and pulls out a little scrap of paper and hands it to you all.
This was, yes, for the Tabaxi thing. Excellent. Thank you ever so much.
Yes, thank you very much.
I think you should maybe put out at least like a chair or something on your landing thing. If you don't want people to just pop in, it seems like it might be a problem.
It's actually not allowed. You can't call spaces. It's a thing.
I understand. Yes, I get it. Faculty parking can be quite a cutthroat business.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in the pit. Am I right?
Oh, my lord. Seriously, I'm on the other side of the ceramics barn. Anyway.
I love the ceramics barn.
And all the kilns are going.
Vital.
Well, this was lovely. Thank you so much for the scrolls, the research, everything you've done for us has been wonderful. You go get him and don't only take no for an answer.
Twice.
You're great.
I am great. And she casts Plane Shift on herself. Her date does not go well, by the way. She rolled a 4.
Oh.
She got pretty good on her Bardic Inspiration die, but it is at best a bad first date.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's not, look, nobody's making a Twitter account about it or anything, but
Okay, good. You will not believe the couple at the at the table next to me. It's a cloud giant and a ruby dragon.
The cloud giant keeps looking under the table, having her eyes turn green and spacing out for 10 minutes at a time. It's real weird.
The ruby dragon definitely notices.
I think he changed Therazdun. He keeps talking about it.
Oh my god, mate, get a second story. All right, so yes, back to the ship.
Also, he keeps talking about how he's not involved in the thing between Bahamut and Tiamat. Almost like they want him to ask him to be involved.
Yes, no, I got that impression simply from the story she told.
I'm above your petty squabbles. Okay. I'm above them. Okay.
Don't even ask. I'm sure I'm too busy. They'll be back.
What would you all like to do?
Go immediately to the ship.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get out. So, right. And there's Warminster's with us too, right?
Yes. Yeah. He was just...
He's still covered in mud, probably.
Yes. He was
gotta
trying
go
to
right.
clean
He's on
himself.
camo mode.
Yeah, he was using the flowers that Marley kept stress creating to try and wipe himself off.
Oh, it's not going to be effective.
So yes, and was the witch hazel real?
Oh, yeah. She gave you a little witch hazel, yeah.
As well.
It helps headaches, but I don't know.
Yeah, you never know when we'll run back into Chimkin. He'll mix it with some cocaine, and I don't know, my PMS will be solved or whatever the thing is. All right, so yes, and headed back to the ship. Be like, yes, I have our leads. We need to sort of hurry. Once we're back on the ship, which we can kind of pretend that this walk and talk is done. All right, we have 3 major items of business. Storm, you wanted to wait 2 days to meet perhaps the Tabaxi master of this cult.
Eyes of Fire. Yeah.
Yes. If we can get to Chaostrum, which is a beautiful place, I cannot say enough about it. It's actually very well appointed. Gorgeous. You'd never want to come back. Anyway, if we can get to there, we can get your dragon.
Really?
Yes. Terribly old, very infirmed. That makes me worry just a bit, though he is chaotic evil, clearly. Who puts a green sun on a chaotic evil word? Wouldn't you want like a black sun, a red sun? Listen, that's not important right now.
What's number 3?
I don't have a lot of time. Perhaps my mother can only wait so long, but I know where she is.
So
all right.
Your mom first.
No, I don't think that doesn't even make sense travel-wise. You have to be efficient in our movements here. We can't go to my mother then come back in 2 days. Your ruby thing is in service of a goddess. My mother is.
But is your mom gonna be there in 2 days?
She just said she couldn't wait long. I don't know what long means.
Like, get here right now, immediately. Whereas, like, that dragon's probably still gonna be chilling there, and you said he was old.
Apologies, headphones users. I'm going to try and make this better. Alva!
What?
Have you heard anything about spheres disappearing or being destroyed?
Old spacers' tales.
Okay. That's my mom you're talking about. You didn't know that. What?
Yeah.
What about those old spacer tales?
Spheres sometimes allegedly disappear. I mean, we went through one. Calag.
Oh, right. Sure.
Consumed from within by some
Consumer of spheres.
Minerva.
Flap down. Yes.
Do you know anything about disappearing spheres?
Well, apparently you've encountered one. She kind of looks at you like, what? She says, there are rumors, that certain spheres, over time have, the pathways have been lost and people lose touch with them. Sometimes it is attributed to something called the Lost Ones.
Yes, what's that?
There's not much known about them other than that they've been dubbed the Lost Ones, and that there will be reports of them in spheres, and then spheres will lose touch with the rest of the known universe. It's, as Alvar said, it's a bit spacer superstition.
Oh boy.
That doesn't mean they're not real. I mean, kind of gestures around. None of this makes sense. It's all magic and bullshit.
Yes, including the fact that you don't know how to play FMK, by the way. You are a terrible, terrible study partner. Where did you go to university? No, we don't have time right now.
What?
Just saying, you order orc food, you talk about boys and or girls.
Went to a very conservative school.
And that much is clear, dear. We're going to work on loosening your feathers next. But we have quite a bit in front. Oh, dear Marley, I fear that you might be right. We should hurry, but your things are equally, if not more, important.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, Storm's thing is on a time schedule, but like, I don't know. It seems like this death cult has been like going around, so we could find them again. You know.
Yes.
Your mom is going to be much harder to track down.
I agree. I think that is the most sensitive as far as time and overall import are concerned.
Marley, you were given no timetable to recover this?
We'll know if the goddess gets impatient.
Yeah, I assume I'll get a sign or something.
excellent point, Storm.
That's my feeling. That,
They'll probably come in the form of a raven. That seems pretty on brand.
Caw. What the hell?
Actually,
But, she didn't even know where it was, so...
She didn't tell you where it was.
Marley doesn't know.
Yeah. There is a difference.
Okay. We have 2 names already. We actually have names for, but I know for a fact that it's a red dragon. I saw a dragon, you guys. By the way,
was just about to say.
Yes.
Your tone on dragons seems to have shifted somewhat.
Rather alarmingly so. It seemed very enfeebled and needed glasses of some kind. Now,
it's not going anywhere, is what I'm hearing.
Well, no, I think I'd love to see it try. I'd like to see whatever the aerial version of a walker is.
Is that some sort of audacious challenge? I'd like to see it try.
No, it's like a droopier Bakshi's Smaug, and Bakshi's Smaug is pretty droopy, if we're being honest. So, like, it really's got a lot. Have you ever heard of something sloughing off? Because it really, that was the verb I thought of a lot.
Legendary classical Miradorian painter, Ralph Bakshi.
Yes. Have you not heard of him? He's quite good.
Rafe Bakshi.
Yes. Rafe Bakshi. So, that is true. But again, we're so close. I don't know how we're going to pull off being chaotic evil anytime soon, but we are close.
Listen, here, I'm going to make it really easy for you. Storm, what do you want to do?
I want to help. I want to help us get what we need. I really think that family is the most important thing here at this point.
What does this?
And I want to go and find your mom for you. So you've been outvoted. Let's go.
Knifey raises his hand.
Knifey, you don't get a vote. Let's go.
What?
Is it even Knifey? You're not Bludgeony or whatever your name was?
Bludgy.
Who was it?
It was Pokey.
It was Pokey? No, it was Jabby.
Yeah. It was Jabby Pokey. Jabby Poke.
Jabby's such a great name.
His brother Pokey Scrapes or something. No, Knifey, you may as well.
He said, hold on a second.
Did you write it down? Is this not just off the...
No. The stream lagged out for just a second.
Okay.
And I actually forgot to hit start recording, so I had to download the Twitch thing. So I just want to make sure we get it all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
He says, I think what we should do is reunite a long-lost family member who, I promise, I will not stab. Unless you want me to, because I understand that some family members just need to be stabbed.
Okay. No. I think we've already got the juice of what Knifey has to say. Bless you.
If you need someone to be chaotic evil, I'm your boy.
Oh,
shoot!
That's a great point. He could be our advance man.
We might have an envoy.
Who has to talk it the way in.
And he looks at Villyana, and I know that that's not her deal. At the same time, he add a spider web. Who's gonna know?
It's
true.
a fair point.
We could get some fronting happening here.
I could really channel my grandmother.
Oh, really? Give us a taste.
You scrub these brain peats with till your fingers bleed, girl, or you'll never be a maestress.
Oh, are you making a performance check?
Sure, I guess. Let's see how convincing it was. I mean, she's really filled with good bean energy, so I don't know that she's going to do it. But yeah, sure, performance. We'll do. Oh, +3. No, because she's a charisma.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty real. It's 16.
Okay. Whoa.
So it's at least coming from a real place. You don't know that the line landed, but like
it was very specific and weird.
Yeah, it's very specific.
The character work is strong.
Yeah.
Right.
Calm down, Villyana.
Don't touch my figurines.
Oh.
You know what I mean? My babies are in a
Storm's
very
verklempt
specific
now.
place.
That was a con exclusive. Exclusive.
Exclusive.
DrowCon 2020 was canceled this year, sadly, but
Yes, no, but listen, stay safe. That's the important point. Are you going to go to UnderCon 1998 again? You can't. Well, yes, and I just learned some way to change auras that I haven't really messed with yet. But perhaps we could mask alignment in some way. I think it's possible, but it might take some time. And if we're going to face down a very old dragon, which, as I understand, they do get generally more terrifying, is at least the stories. And actually, Smaug still destroyed Lake Town. Again, it's a Miradorian story. I don't have time.
This is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Think about the experience. I mean, come on. We're going to go into the center of a chaotic evil den to try and bluff our way in, and then somehow get this ruby raven skull, blood skull away from
Raven Skull.
Thank you.
So my presumption is this is either Ignan or Blood Moon, if I'm recalling them correctly. Yes. I guess I sort of
yes.
And you would have actually, reading about them, you think it's Ignan.
Okay, Ignan sounds, and that sounded like the older name.
Yes,
like, I feel like Blood Moon's very young.
Exactly.
Nice.
He's the emo one.
Totally. He's the Chris Angel's version.
He's dyed his
I'm
horns
Blood
black.
Moon.
He paints his nails black.
Yeah.
He's goth. He's all
His fire's all dark.
he's-
You can hear his cave before you see it. It's just all.
He just takes like a lot of charcoal pills in the morning. It's
not good for you.
it's not ultimately. I mean, it settles the stomach in little doses. That much, it's just not good.
But he's also just eating charcoal briquettes.
No, don't. Well, listen, don't let me tell you how to live your life.
Yuck is young.
So what? You'll go with me to the fairy sphere now, and we'll return as soon as we can.
Yes.
Alvar's kind of like, he's going to fairy space.
Oh my god, no one wants to do it less than me. You must know that, but please, Alvar, if we could leave immediately, all the better. That we should probably stop by the magistrates to let them know we'll be popping back in and collect their list of dragons in case they have any more information on Ignan.
Yes.
It would help to be on the better side of the magistrates should we need to stop back in.
Can I ask, where is your mother?
I believe fairy space. I didn't get full confirmation, but I did ask her to not leave there, and she was able to respond to me, if briefly. If it wasn't a fucked up dream, I'm being manipulated by eyeball men.
Is there a way to verify that?
It wouldn't be my first time. What?
Is there a way to test that?
Only by getting to fairy space, and then my sending.
Only by doing it, and by then, of course, it's too late. Right. That's fine. Great. Okay.
I'd say it's worth the risk.
Absolutely.
And I would have no other knowledge of these lost. This is the first of hearing of them, but that's exactly what she is on the trail of. So perhaps there's some greater threat. I don't think Galactus backwards, because I can't remember how to pronounce it, is necessarily the appropriate lead, because that seemed to devour itself from the inside. But if these lost ones are true at all, or if my mother's caught in some madness, I always thought she was just kind of in a midlife crisis, honestly. But maybe there's something there, or maybe she just needs to be scolded home. I don't know anymore. But I saw her, and she.
You had contact with her?
Yes.
Via this. What did you call it?
The viewing stone, or whatever. It was quite compelling. I've been to the dragon's lair that we will go. I walked around in it. I felt the
I told you about
between
dragons.
my toes.
I told you. You'd know when you'd know.
There will be plenty of time on the trip to fair space, for I told you so, Storm. And I promise I will eat every one of them. I am just saying, I felt the coins between my toes. I had to narrowly avoid a goblet that slid towards me. I was there. I am very convinced that stone is able to do what it says on the tin. I can't know for sure until we get there, and I at least send. And if it's a disappointment, we'll turn right around. Maybe we'll make the 2 days. I don't know how far Fairy Space is from here. I just know Hero Space is a hub.
I don't know. Also, just can we trust those guys? The ones we spoke with?
Yeah.
Yes, they might be
worth
2 days. They might be coming back in 1 day, or
Yeah.
And if they're supposed to be heading towards Fairy Space as well, if we're already there. Maybe we'll outflank them or something. I don't know what.
We don't know what they were looking for. And they even said they might have to go to Fairy Space next.
Right, exactly. My point. So, yeah.
But then...
How soon will it take us to get going? Do you have a sense of that?
So Warminster gets on the ship. He has gone, taken a brief wash down, come back. He's got a towel around his shoulders.
But he's still back in full regalia.
He's still got regalia on.
And one around his waist as well. Is he like...
I'm sorry, you'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel. We've been watching a lot of Simpsons. He says, Fairy Space is, well, let me do some calculations. And Minerva, I'll handle this. Fairy Space is 1 day's travel from here. It is very close.
Okay.
So see? Pop there, pop back.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's do. Don't hold back on spell slots, Alva. The best one you have. I'll pay you back. I don't know if that's how it works.
The little Cerebro door shuts. And he says, we're going to have to drop the crystal back off at the rational order of the buttholes.
We were planning on stopping there anyway.
That checks out.
And yeah, you guys fly back up to the moon. What would you like to do?
Yeah, just kind of go in DMV style, kind of put the crystal down, tap my finger hey, you're looking for dragon information? Do you have that? What's going on there?
A person in a hooded robe, they seem to be wearing a big wig underneath, comes up and says, can I help you? You're turning your crystal already done?
Yes, we are done with Generica is not its name. It's Geneva, but it's pronounced different. It's
Ginevra. I think it was.
Geneva. Yes, we are done on Geneva.
Generica.
We will be.
Ask your doctor about Generica.
Generica is right. No, yes, we are done. For now, we're probably going to be leaving the sphere. Probably coming back at some point. There's no particular restriction we need to know about that, is there?
No, you just will have to come back here when you re-enter the sphere.
Okay. Now, yes, we did put in a request for some dragon information. I believe Tensa spoke for us.
Tensor.
Okay, Steve. I forget if you were the wig man or not. But...
I think Steve was someone distinct from the wig man.
Yeah, that's right.
This is Stefan.
Stefan.
He will pull out a scroll and say, yes.
I'm imagining Bill Hader is in this role.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just awaiting the...
Yes. Dragon information. Chaosstrom has everything.
So
old
hot.
Dragons, binoculars.
So hot right now.
A human horde. It's a bunch of humans lying on top of each other so dragons can walk across them.
Thank you, Marty. So much for realizing my dream.
You bet.
And Stefan will roll a scroll at you.
Bless you. We're going to take it to go. Wonderful. So we just stop back on the Magistrate's moon next time we visit, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well done. Love a tight bureaucracy. Everything looks good here.
Thanks for your approval, Rando.
Tight. Yeah, and then get right back on the whip and let's ride. You know what I mean?
Chip, chop, chip. Let's go.
Yeah.
You take off very briefly. You see Warminster's running behind the ship. He's got like 3 ice cream cones. Alvar pulls over. He's, I wanted an on-road snack. I got one for everyone. And he pulls them out of his pockets.
Oh.
Still wearing only towels.
No, he's back in his full Prussian
yeah,
military uniform.
Yeah.
Good.
Epaulets on epaulets.
I was about to say it's all epaulets somehow.
He seems like someone who'd work out with a medicine ball.
Oh, I thought
Oh.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just tossing it in the air to himself, kicking it with his little stumpy feet. He's got that one piece, old-timey swim workout uniform. It's all stripy.
For sure.
Mental high five on that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He always works out in the steam room.
It's a gentleman's garment.
For gentlemen. Yeah, you all take off, and you can feel Alvar is pushing it as hard as he can.
Yes.
And you kind of hear him speak throughout the ship, but he just says, "I'm not going to be able to do this on the way home, too."
We'll handle that.
I have the slots.
Yeah, you all
I
are
can drive.
good. So he punches it. Punch it. And Villyana unloads all of her groceries. And
Oh, great. I'm hungry.
It's going to be good.
is there anything you all would like to do in the 1 hour of, or the 1 day of downtime?
Of travel?
Mm-hmm.
Take a short rest,
yeah,
probably, or a long rest, I
I
guess.
assume at some point you'll all get a long rest.
For sure. Just saw your picture, Timothy. I like that quite a bit.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
No, I figured, I'm not sure what she's wearing, but there's sort of the astral invisible, like,
Yes.
naked body, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll just sort of get ready for this trip. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if it's going to be like a kind of a break from what we've been doing in a way for the rest of us, and if we're just going to be there to support Hester emotionally, Lily emotionally. So I'm sort of, I guess, helping out in the kitchen and doing that kind of stuff. Support stuff. Maybe taking a little time in the crow's nest. Oh, we don't really have a crow's nest, do we? In this case.
No, we have some.
You do in this one.
Yeah.
It's up at the top.
Okay, cool.
The
Yeah,
wings
you
kind
know,
of rest against it usually.
Yeah, I mean, and whatever, I'll take my long rest up there, I guess, and check out the streaming, phlogiston.
I need 1 minute, pardon.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Marley? What are you doing?
So Marley is feeling like the high, intense pressure situation that this is. And usually the way that she deals with that is finding in a corner to fuck off by herself and do some like training and stuff.
Okay. Every time you swing the cutlass, yar, yar, yar.
Yeah, I'd probably go out
if you want to spar. If you want to spar, I'll spar with you too. If you want to train,
she usually does training by herself.
that's fine. I'll get out of your way. Maybe
she's
I
kind
offer, and then you're like super intense and Shadar-kai-ish, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take
I
a
thought
nap.
this was fun. This isn't fun.
Yeah. Oh. No, it's not about fun. Help.
Could I talk to the Black Jammer Cutlass?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I want to ask him, like, maybe it's after, I've been kind of self-sparring for a little while, taking a little breather, dabbing myself off with a sweat towel or whatever. And I just want to ask him, have you heard of the Lost One? Sorry, I know we haven't really talked much.
Yar. Hold on, let me pull up the Blackjammer Cutlass's stats. Okay, not terribly smart. Let's see.
Yar.
The Blackjammer's Cutlass says, Yar. I've heard tale. What good spacer hasn't, Yar?
Could you tell me a tale?
There's 2 rumors, Yar. 1, the Lost Ones are long dead. The thing that destroys spheres isn't the Lost Ones. It's some sort of creation of theirs, Yar. 2, there's some sort of roving horde of lost race that knocks spheres out of alignment, Yar. Sounds like bad business, Yar.
Yar. Have you ever come across one?
Can't say I have. Be a notch in my old scabbard.
Fair enough. Well, thank you. I'll try to remember to talk to you more.
Yar, I understand. The silent and stern type. Many a captain I've had.
I do believe that's the best way to describe me. Yes. You have me to a T.
To a T.
Yar.
And then she'll go back to sparring with herself.
Hester.
Oh, no, yes, I'm a frightful mess. It's all manner of pacing, probably getting into my knickerknickers relatively early, then being like, no, it's too early, and then being like, well, I already started. Like, it's a whole, like, journey. It's like, well, I'm going to be up at 3 a.m. if I go to bed now, but, boy, I don't know how else to kill 6 hours. So, yeah, it's a lot of, probably mostly keeping to her quarters and kind of, like, the main deck a little bit, but it's not a lot to speak on. It's a lot of nervous energy and finding ways to blow it. It's not anything terribly meaningful. If I can, especially just because I feel slightly guilty for chewing so much scenery 2 times, what are Orpho and Corey busying themselves with?
Orpho has been training. He's been sort of tapping into his psionic abilities, and he's finding that they're changing subtly. So he's been
Yes, I had
sort of
heard that.
working with that a little bit.
They got an update.
Yeah, he's finding his resources have taken on more of a quantifiable sort of aspect. So yeah, he's been sort of training. So maybe Marley sees Orpho training by himself, sort of as well. If we've got, I don't know if there's a gym or if like there's a danger room or something area, and if he's there. Otherwise, he probably would find area to work.
Yeah, I think since there is no proper cargo on the ship right now, Warminster has turned the cargo bay into a makeshift gym for now. But so yeah, it's just kind of a bunch of mats and corners people can go into.
Yeah.
And places he can set up things to shoot, probably, right?
Yes.
Warminster, that is.
He tries not to do that too much, but yeah, it's... He takes
Oh,
all
I
the
thought he
empty
did
bottles.
try to do it too much. I thought
Well-
that was part of his whole life mission.
He understands that it's not good to do it inside the ship,
Right.
which is why he's so eager to do it outside the ship.
Right. Let's go out and shoot. Right. Cool. Yeah. Orpho is studying and maybe checking out Marley's moves.
Oh, she would be very self-conscious of that if she caught
Not
him
not
doing
actively,
stuff.
subtly. Like I imagine him sort of focusing. I'm the same way, by the way, as you, personally. But yeah, I think then he would, if he got a sense that you needed privacy, he would probably absent himself and work somewhere else. So, but not without osmosing some of your moves first. Just be like curious fighter, Anyway, that's what he's doing.
So what I imagine for Kore is that she's probably been working a lot alongside Alvar, assessing the ship and trying to see what aftermarket plans he has for any additions or anything like that. So since he is flying currently, she'd probably either be working on something for that, writing something up, having to do with her plans, or, just showing off and doing some push-ups where everyone can see. Being
Taller
in
she
the
is than
gym.
everyone else.
hovering over Villyana as he's thing up high. Just being the worst.
Well, if Corey's doing it, then I think Storm is probably flirting his ass off and helping out in the kitchen and being friendly and enjoying the social aspects of what's happening.
Boy, it sure
if
is
possible.
crowded all of a sudden. Okay.
Yeah.
Lot of interest in my pie crust.
Knifey clambers up onto the counter. What are we all doing? Are we all in here now?
Oh yes, awesome. Here, chop these vegetables. Knife.
Okay.
It's like...
She'd probably purposefully put
They're like a
all
paste.
of anything that Villyana's done with up on the highest shelves so that she can later get them. Oh, are you done with that flour? Oh, just let me put that there for you.
Your guns are very impressive, thank you.
Thanks.
I use that all the time. That's so inconvenient.
It's not one of the great, but I'll get. Yeah, thank you. I
Storm's
also
probably
have a tall
looking
friend.
for heavy things to he's sort of pushing into the room. Here, put that up there.
Pretty increasingly heavy. So
Right.
that shelf isn't built for
Yeah,
that.
right. The whole shelf comes down.
Oh, don't worry, I can fix that.
Thank you, Corey. Yes, that will be very important.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Raffin is sulking in a corner.
Certainly.
Who?
Raffin, the Raven Queen cleric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't talk a lot.
Blows her mind occasionally.
Um,
She's our ship's medic. Does anyone need any
Yeah.
medicing?
yeah,
I don't think
You're all
so.
gonna take a rest, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How is Hester's brain after that whole Palantir experience?
Good question. It is quite.
Speaking of medical thoughts,
It is a bit scrambled actually, because only from the matter of it knew to put her in comfortable places. Like we can actually have this conversation if anyone wants to.
Yeah.
Ask about it more directly. So we'll put all three of us in the scene if anyone wants to chime in. No, it was very curious. The far plane, of course, makes one suspicious, but it knew to put me in comfort. It put me in my childhood home, surrounded by family. But you guys were also there. Like I feel
we're
this is
your
kind of
family.
a reverse Wizard of Oz. I took all my zany fantasy characters and put them in my childhood home. But yes, all my sisters were there. You were all interacting. Knifey was talking to my father, and that literally just say hi to that man, and he will listen to the rest of your life story. So No, it was very strange that way. But of course, then they were all eyeballs, and then all eyeballs were one eyeball, and they were like this kind of whisper echo, and they were like, you can see anything and see anywhere. And so I asked to see my mother, which I hope wouldn't be a surprise. And then I saw her just outside my kitchen window was a view of my mother looking quite haggard. But not out of the context that we understood her to be from the roving court of librarians. I'm close. So yeah, she is on a ship. She is, and I said, "Where are you going? Don't leave fairy space." And she seemed to hear me and respond. So I communicated with her briefly, and then they were like, "You can see whatever you want, whatever."
Do you trust what you saw?
And so that's when you left, right?
No, that's when I asked to see your ruby blood skull, and outside a different window was a dragon's hoard under a green sun in a cave with a very old dragon with a very large hoard. And so I crawled through the window and explored that space.
Amazing.
Crawled through the window?
Yeah, yes. And yes, but it certainly sensed me before too long, but I was able to kind of escape by just winning a contest of will or kind of self. It would be hard to explain.
I could feel something. I was warding you, and I could feel something trying to take you.
I think that mattered, though. In retrospect, I wonder should I have not been rolling with advantage because of that. But regardless, I got out of there. Yes, I was able to kind of put myself back into my childhood home, and then I was allowed to leave.
Interesting. So you say it knew. I mean, how do you know that you didn't contribute this information? I mean, where else would it have come from? At least as far as you're saying, friends and setting and.
Well, but even then, it knows enough to be welcoming, right? It knows enough to plumb your brain to make you feel welcome.
Yes, certainly. Again, I mean, do you trust what you saw?
I don't know. I don't know until we get there. If my mother ends up being true, then I think we know exactly where we're going next.
Sure.
If it doesn't end up being true, then I was lied to by an eyeball.
Right, and it's seemingly, I mean, unless we're heading into something we're really not expecting at all and it's dangerous, it's seemingly the most harmless of the three of the options, right? As opposed to going to a dragon's lair, it's rendezvousing with your mother, right?
Well, so yes.
It's
these lost
the
ones,
safest stress test, if you will.
I hope so. And I'll be glad to have it off my list for certain. Though my plan, all those months, year ago, my plan was, of course, to go there and scold her into going home. And I don't know if these lost ones or the rumors of lost ones have gotten hold of her, how successful that's going to be.
Well, do you still think she should go home if she's on a mission to save spheres? Maybe we can help her. Maybe
Honestly,
this is part of all of this. Maybe this is part of this whole Raven Queen destiny.
Perhaps. She called me Hester, which I still am slightly confused by. I have to say, I always thought that she was just kind of off her nut. I thought she was having a midlife crisis, and but cockatrices needed killing, so why not my mother, right? She was a capable woman. She's chopped her own firewood and thrown hay bales around a lot of her life, so she was strong and capable. And listen, my father can be tiresome. He's not a bad man. He will listen to anyone and just has a just kind of infinite patience that actually gets rather cloying after a while. It's strange. But I just assumed she needed out of the house. and so this whole Hester thing was going to be short-lived, and then it persisted, and then she came to me and was like, I actually have to go to the moon. And I was like, goodness, mother, this is my moment. Why is it about you now? And couldn't you have watched? And then she fucked off past the moon and never came back. And it was around then that I got rather concerned once no one had heard from her. And then I had heard that a Hester had passed. I guess I assumed. But I took my sabbatical and I went to the moon myself and went beyond that and went to look for Hesters and found evidence of multiple Hesters. Hesters are apparently a real phenomenon. And so I don't know what I think. I don't know anymore. I thought it was just her faffing about space, being like, LOL, no one misses me back home. Yes, a little bit.
Like a midlife crisis?
Yes. But now perhaps she's onto something. Maybe this is her destiny.
You know, there are no accidents.
Almost certainly there are accidents, Storm. I must stop you there.
No, think so? Come on.
There must certainly be accidents.
You know what I mean?
I think I do, yes. But I just want to be clear. That occasionally...
Yes.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
I think we understand each other. That's all I wanted to clear up.
It's very exciting, all of this. You know, despite all the complications, and I do feel for perceived cognitive dissonance to all of this, but it's very exciting.
It will be that much more exciting when I can physically touch my mother, and then I can decide whether or not I'm striking her or embracing her. But yes, it is a bit.
That's right. You don't want to murder, do you?
No, murder, no. Slap, maybe, but no, murder, of course not. No.
Okay. Because you used that word one time, I remember.
Well, it's a academic term.
Oh? I didn't... Really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't come across it. I mean, contextually.
No, it's original
like,
meaning...
I've heard of, I'm going to murder this salad or something, but that's really about people who don't like
it's a similar
vegetarian food. Or do like it. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm a carnivore. It doesn't matter.
Marley, if I can tag you in, you are somewhat tied to her Lady of Destiny over there. Do you believe there are accidents?
I think the answer that I was brought up to say is no. It's all part of fate's. I can't say web because that's like a drow thing, but fate's.
You can say it.
You can say it. The Raven Queen stole the web of fate from Lulth. She owns the web of fate. Yeah.
Okay, well then fate's web.
She's just borrowing it.
But Villyana's all pissed in the corner, like.
Let's just go with
it. Me myself, I like to think that maybe not everything happens because there was a plan. Maybe, she skipped over a couple of things. But
that's what I mean, right, because maybe the accidents are the things that were planned. But they're supposed to happen because something needs to happen. It's like a placeholder that's like, yeah, we'll table that. And, who knows how it'll play out. That's all I'm thinking.
I think maybe I ran away before that class. But what I would say as far as your situation, as someone who has been the one who ran away and then ran into their family, let her tell you her side of things. And try to understand.
But it sounds like wisdom, Marley. Thank you. Yes, I think I will. Yes, I think I will. Thank you.
I mean, isn't being a Hester kind of like a responsibility?
I thought it was made up nonsense, but I've seen since it's not.
You also thought dragons were made up nonsense, may I remind you, and now you're talking about them like you believe in them.
Oh, well, I definitely have seen one, or have I? It was some far realm trickery, perhaps.
Granted,
playing
yes.
off my fear. It could be, but I think
Your favorite children's book.
Yes.
The cover.
Just actually it was a big idea, guy. Yes, I was scolded by a giant and a giant owl both, and there's only so many times you can be told you're the asshole. Believe it, if you have any humanity. No, yes, and I think to see her so tired, so diminished. So, Andrew, I did want to revisit that a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not to meditate too much. Like, did it seem like she was like reincarnated or anything? Like when you said she looked so different as to
taller and stuff.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Like I was wondering whether or not her form had changed or whatnot. That's good. That's a 19 on the dice, and I guarantee you my Arcana score is quite good. So you can probably start talking, and I'll give you a final answer in a second. Yeah, no, it's 25 for sure.
Thinking back on it, and you know that it's one of those things where you're trying to put together your last vision of your mother, like that kind of is burned in your head.
Yes, and
lining it up, and it's not one of those things. She certainly looked tired and worn down, but it wasn't that kind of wear on her face. No, she looked like she had been reincarnated as a gnome.
Oh, a gnome. Come on, Andrew. Gnome even. Oh.
Did you just realize something?
Yes. And it's perhaps left me to a second realization. Yes, I do believe that my mother has experienced reincarnation.
Oh.
Which, there's a story there. Wow. And beyond that, and I shudder to think, might be why she's calling me Hester.
Oh.
Yes.
If it is hereditary.
Well, the way she spun it, and the way that I've encountered it throughout several spheres now, is that it's a halflish hero. Not a gnomish one.
Is your mom a gnome?
She is, absolutely, and I will try very hard to hold my gorge when... Anyway. Yes, no, I do believe there's a vacancy. And my claim might not have just been... No, that can't be it. It's very silly. It's all very silly.
Interesting. So she's in a new life.
Oh, shit.
She might be further along the path.
Also, bravo, Andrew. I also see what you're doing, because there was a passing of a Hester that happened. So the report was not inaccurate. Well, as a diviner, I must say that fate is tricky. It is something that can be circumvented. You can see out and see possibilities, and you can pluck one, or you can any path. There's a theory that if you take one path, there's another you that has taken the other path. I don't know that I've ever...
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It always makes my head hurt a little bit. I passed the test, I'll have you know, but I just always thought it sounded a little unreasonable. But, yes, I don't know how much I believe in fate. And I suppose we shall find out quite shortly.
I think fate is something that you dance with. I think fate is something that fate has its ideas, but you're allowed to have your ideas too, and you kind of have to work something out. That's what I think. I mean, that's the way I was raised, in a way. You have to find your fate and make your fate at the same time. And if your mother is reincarnated, that means she's further along on her path. And if you are now Hester, you are further along in your path.
Oh, I don't want to get very far along that yet.
But you may well be. No one wants to be whatever. You can't. I mean, if it's what's happening, to deny it could cause more harm than to accept it. Change is frightening, but it's inevitable.
Listen, I took an entire course on predestination, and I have to say that I came back to my father's words, which are fate or no, I still have to go to work in the morning. And
Exactly.
I think
we're saying the same thing. I mean, really.
Are we? Well then, okay. Then perhaps, and perhaps, I would like just.
I do have I'm not wise. I'm kind of foolish, but really. I might have a point. It's the way I was raised. It's a different, whatever.
There's an honesty to it that I do appreciate about it. I will just say that I presumed that my mother was chasing this destiny, which I at first thought was a pipe dream. And then if there was any truth to it, it would protect her. Now she is a gnome run amok in space, and who knows what danger she could be in.
Well, maybe you were right.
Maybe when we get there.
Maybe it did protect her. Maybe that's why she's a gnome in space instead of a dead halfling somewhere.
Oh boy, it's hard to believe I'd rather be a gnome, but yes, no, maybe.
Can Alvar hear us? Can he tap into the whole ship when he's piloting? We're like, hey, suddenly doing barrel rolls out of nowhere.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
She doesn't mean tinker gnomes, probably.
Gnome has a whole different connotation when I come. It's a much different parentage.
Yes. Taller too, apparently.
Maybe. Well, certainly thinner. Listen, we hold on to our calories, if you know what I mean, and rightfully so. We stay well warm in the winters, whereas those gnomes, I don't know. I actually don't know what they do.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. So we live in the woods where you live underground.
Winter on Kryn.
I only sort of know what that means. You also believe in dragons all the time.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Also,
right, enjoy
iron is money, and it makes sense.
Actually, I have been rather convinced of that part.
Well, so other ideas that perhaps you might think are a bit...
I am an educated woman. I am not...
Yes, but part of being educated is receiving new information, which is getting educated.
All right, well, enjoy your autumn twilight. We'll just... Is there a more private part?
It's a reference. Not. He doesn't have anything good to say to that, but it's a good reference.
All right.
No, I couldn't think of a good. I will. It's a great book.
It is. It's a good trilogy. Also, tune into Task Force Unlikely for more Kryn content. No, yes, I think we're not going to solve it now. I think the great unknown now is whether or not my mother is where the eyewoman said she was.
What is it? An eye person, you said?
Yes, it was an eyewoman in like a green tight suit.
I mean, you think that was his skin, but yes.
Oh. It's grosser now.
But it was baggy in places. Like, it was bad. It was, none of it was good.
Yeah, no, it was a real... Are you familiar with Duck Dodgers?
No.
It's probably Miradorian exclusive.
Exclusive.
It was exclusive. For sure. No, I'm... I'm quite curious to know for sure. That's what I know. And thank you both for, again, diverting both of your
Well, I mean,
pursuits.
they're really all our pursuits.
Well,
That's
yes,
that's what I think.
I would pursue each of yours with just as much energy. I need to know.
Of course you do.
I need to know. I have a lot of questions.
Well, bless you. And after this, we will be right back to yours.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even know where to go if not for you.
We had leads. We would have
But
found out.
I mean, you went through that window to find out. Like, I can't even start to thank you for doing that. I mean, you could have been stuck there for all you knew.
I did have some fear of that when I got to the door and didn't have an exit plan. Yes. No. But of course, dear, we were searching for leads for you. We'll get you sorted and your goddess's prize returned to her.
All things in due time.
Oh, I suppose I'll have to learn that one. Yes.
This is very exciting, and I'm very proud of Lily for. I mean, really, you're being very true to your academic nature, because you saw something that challenged what you knew, and you had to pursue it, and you did pursue it. You're very brave. You could have been destroyed utterly, and it was a dangerous situation. I mean, I'm not sure that you really knew what you were getting into when you touched that.
No,
thing.
bravery's a synonym for desperation, right? Yes. No,
bravery is being terrified and doing it anyway. That's what that is.
I wouldn't suggest just going around touching more orbs, though.
Well, I thought I had time. Yeah, I did. I thought I had time.
Maybe use like a cloth next time.
That sounds like wisdom. I think 6 feet distance would probably be a safer. Yes. No.
Don't
do you have mage paw? Do you know how to handle things without?
Yeah, I don't actually. No, but I will get some sanitizing wipes and use them for doors. No, I know friends.
Mm-hmm. You can get someone else to pick it up for you.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There we go.
It's a great idea. Why don't you go pick that up for me?
Yeah. Be a dear, get that for me. In a minute, you might be quite cross with me. We'll find out then.
I like the idea that Hester didn't take Mage Hand because she could just use friends as a substitute.
It is how I made all my lab partners.
And of course, afterwards, they're like, "You made me do that."
Worked out pretty well so far.
Yeah.
I didn't want to dissect the frog.
Listen, the trick is don't ask them to do anything so untoward that they're very cross with you afterwards. They might be like, "Hey," but But you got
an A, so.
We did. We both got an A, and that's how I got through freshman year.
Huh.
Well, all right. I think I need a lot of Nicolickers and a sleep. And perhaps a bath in the morning so that I'm facing my mother not looking unkempt.
At some point, Princess Friendship comes over and is carrying Bubbles, the giant space hamster, and says, "Friend," and attempts to give it to you, Hester.
Where am I going to put this? No, thank you. Just you can put it. Thank you. Bless you.
Right.
Yep, you made one. Is Bubbles tolerating this?
Yeah, and Princess Friendship puts it down and points at you and says, "Need friend."
Thank you very much, Princess Friendship.
I think she's got it covered. And then I'll go over and hug Hester.
Friendship.
Oh, thank you.
I will give Princess Friendship a hug.
Friendship.
I'm like squished probably in the returning hug. Right, exactly. Like hanging.
Thank you both very much. And I hope very much to see what happens next.
Yeah.
You should get some good sleep, Hester.
Oh, I don't know that I can promise that, but I can promise to drink myself to a fitful sleep. And it's almost as good.
Storm, do you have like a sleep spell or something?
I don't. No. I think I just let it go. No. I mean, I can certainly.
There's no need to magically roofie me. I promise I will. I will get there.
Also, only lasts a minute. So.
Yeah.
It's a very fitful. Catnap might actually be.
Catnap would probably be good. I don't have that one.
That at least feels restful, as I understand.
Catnap feels like it needs work.
It depends on your party makeup, in my opinion.
Your party makeup can really make a difference with Catnap.
In our home game, we had a warlock, a wizard, and a fighter who all get everything back on short rests, so they just catnapped.
Yeah, it is a time saver.
Yeah,
if we have X amount of time to save the world, Catnap can be right for the right party. Consult your doctor. Catnap is right.
So, everyone splits up. Hester drinks herself into oblivion.
I'm going to click long rest is the important part.
Yes, everybody gets a long rest. And in the morning, Hester takes a hangover bath.
And she probably talks a big game, but it probably doesn't take her much. Like, the minute she lays down and lets her mind relax at all, she probably goes out quite quickly, but...
And it's that, dreamless, dead sleep.
Yes, that almost for sure.
Okay. In the morning, you all feel the telltale sign of entering a sphere, where you kind of slow down and then reassert speed.
Mm-hmm.
And looking out the windows or up on the deck, you see a sphere dominated by a tree. And hanging from the tree are 8 planets, with a sun at the top.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's not a favorite place.
I cast Sending.
What would you like to say?
Mother, are you there?
You hear in your head, Hester, I am here. She tells his planet name, which I closed my laptop like an idiot.
That was what Marley was doing. Shaking Hester.
Okay. I am here. In orbit over Armin. Hurry.
And in case it wasn't clear, so many other times I've come in and messaged Hester's. This time I've messaged my mother, so
yes,
canonically her Christian name is Hester.
Yes,
but
yes.
But I have targeted it more specifically. So okay, in orbit of it.
Yes, you targeted Hester. I forget her middle name. Strongheart.
Yes.
Or no, she has a.
No, yeah.
No, she's Strongheart, right?
She's Strongheart. Yes.
Yeah,
because
your father has a different last name. That's right.
Yes.
Because it's you.
Because
yes, I should have.
I am that person.
Yes.
You take on the mother's name. Hester Peach Strongheart.
Okay.
Oh, what a peach.
Yes.
And that is where we will end the episode tonight. Outros and plugs. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing with us. Andy, thanks for the game.
Of course.
Yeah, wow. Crazy experience. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Have a good week, everybody.
Cece.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupsika, on Twitter and Instagram. Guys, great. And also, I feel like I have to let out a really big sigh after this game because we went from very, very tense to like really emotional, and then like, okay, let's all take a breather now. But you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to check out cool artwork coming down the pipeline. And then also this Sunday we've got Suburbia, so that'll be cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
And Marty.
Yes, that's me, of course. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Andrew. Everyone out there, get you a DM who can do both. I appreciate this very much, and I feel well served as always. So thank you very, very much. Also, click a like, why don't you? Or a subscribe. Certainly. Look at your screen. Sorry, don't get out full screen. Yeah, there we go. Now we're there. There's something to click on or comment. Do that. Just, it helps. Every little bit helps.
It does.
Thank you again, Andrew.
Thank you to all of my players, as always. You can watch old episodes on YouTube. I haven't mentioned that in a while, where you could also click and like and hit a bell. YouTube or Twitch. They're both different fun experiences. Sunday is Suburbia, as mentioned before. The episode 1. That's going to be really fun. And then next week, we're doing it all again. Something on Monday, probably Andy Makes a Friend. Task Force Unlikely is in hell still. Or, well, Navira and the Fiendish people are in hell still. And then, yeah. And then Empire of Leaves will be next Sunday. So we got lots of great stuff coming. Lots of great stuff. Stay safe. Be nice to each other. Wash your hands.
Wash your mage hand.
Wash your mage hand. Or cast friends and get someone to do it for you.
For instance.
Have a great night, everybody.
Yay.